Hi everybody, how you doing? My name is Bridget. I'm here in Belfast, Maine at Waterfall Arts, trying to do a little art time. Technical difficulties. Being an artist is all about being flexible and problem solving. Thanks to my assistant who is somewhere in the ethers helping us out right now. Her name is Ava. And also, as usual, I want to give a shout out to Gabby, who created that really cool intro video. Thanks, Gabby. Are you out there? Let's see. Let's see who's out there. If you are out there, please say hello. We love to get your name up there and say hello. Christopher McGee, interesting little profile picture there. Is Gabby out there? Yes, she is, under Mama's name. Good to see you. Ava, I love the new banner look that we have. Did you do that? I really like it. Mavis, how are you? Seems like you had a fun time today. Joan is here. Joan, I'm so glad you're here. I think you're going to have a lot of fun drawing a face today. And it seems like my friend Flora is out there too. As usual, if you're out there, if you're joining us a little bit late, or even if you are joining us when we're not live anymore, say hello in the comments. I do check the comments on YouTube and on Facebook long after the fact, because what else do I have going on? So give a little shout. Today, the stuff that you need is very simple, basic. Get that out of here, Ava. Oh, I forgot to mention that today we have, Ava, you can make a banner for me for this. Our guest artist is Vivian, who's a member of Bridge. So we're gonna play our What Is It game, and we're gonna get going on the project, and then we'll drop in and say hello to her in a little bit. Anywho, what you need today is, we're gonna draw a face. So, Flora, I love you, but get out of here. There you go. Oh my goodness. What is going on, friends? Oh, Ava's just pranking me. We need paper, pencil, eraser. That's it. A commitment to the process, a backbone, persistence. These are the items that we need to succeed. We're just going to up our game a little bit in drawing faces. I know that a lot of you can draw the manga, I don't know, Japanime style faces with the big eyes and the itty bitty nose, maybe no nose, little mouth. You're using proportions. You're using the same little secrets to know how to make a face look that way. Today, I'm going to teach you the secrets to make a face look realistic, because that's a challenge for us all. Today, listen, like usual, if it's the first time that you're doing this with me and using these new secrets, your face that you draw might be super wonky. Don't crumple it up and be like, no, I can't draw faces. It's the first time, people. Practice, practice. But once you know these little secrets and you do it like maybe 3 or 4 times, dang, you're going to be drawing at a level that most grown-ups cannot draw it, because they don't know the little secrets that I'm going to share with you. So I need to get the hand cam set up. I'm going to share my screen. But get your paper and listen, don't even try to do this with a bad eraser. Try your eraser out right now. If it's what I call a trash dragger, then get it out of here and try a little something new. Let's go to movie recording. You get to see my whole phone. Let's hope nothing weird happens on my phone. It's pretty clear, yeah. Let's take a look. I think I'm about to blow your mind. Let's take a look at something here. A face, a lady face. Now this lady is probably a model because she has this itsy bitsy little nose. Ain't that cute? But here's the thing. Most human faces are actually built to be easy to draw because there's rules that apply to almost all faces. Now, what makes us unique and what makes us identifiable by our unique, beautiful faces is that all these rules are a little bit different for everybody. But if you just want to be able to draw a face where it just doesn't look straight up wrong, you're going to follow these basic rules. Basic rule number 1, guess what? Our eyes are not at the top of a face. You know, some of you might still be here. I'm drawing a person. Meh. Well, where's the only hair you can do here is little baby hair. You know, if you had hair coming down, the hair's what? Check this out. If I turn this lovely lady's face this way, here's the top of her head, here's her chin. Watch what happens when I fold the piece of paper in half. So then we'll know the very middle of our head. What? Our eyes are in the middle of our head. And if there's somebody else home right now, this might be a little bit annoying, but so worth it. Ask them to look right at you. Top of the head, it's easy with people like me that hardly have any hair. Bottom of the head, eyes are right in the middle. That right there is a game changer, isn't it? Oh, this is pretty. Look at look at what this girl's face is doing. Okay. So that's the middle line. Guess what? Halfway between this and this, again, she has a bitty, itty bitty little nose, but let's try it. I'm folding up her chin. This is typically, if she had a normal not model nose, bottom of the little divot at the bottom of your nose. We're not doing triangle noses anymore, people. I'm over it. If we go halfway between this and this, which we can do by folding it, right? Boop. Bottom lip. She's got a pretty little pout right here. Let's try it on this dude. Where are you? Where are you, guy? Fine, young man. He's got some poofy hair. Guess what? When you draw a person, you're drawing their skull and hair poofs up. Unless you're me, I don't have much of a poof happening. Unless you're Christopher McGee, you got a little elevation there. This guy's skull is down here. He's got some nice big hair. So I'm going to draw, just to show you, just to convince you that this is real. Here's the top of his skull. Here's the bottom of his skull. It helps me to turn my paper sideways. And I'm going to find the middle between these two. I could fold it. I could cut it and fold it, but guess what? His eyes are in the middle. I'm telling you, this is real. Isn't that going to be so simple when we're drawing our head shape? Between this and this, let's divide this in half. It's so fractional. What? His nose is resting on that line halfway. And let's do halfway between this one and this one. His bottom lip. Is this crazy? This is real. For most faces, this is real. So we're going to walk through this nice and slow. We're going to do a drawing together, but I just wanted to show you that I'm not faking you out. Here's another cool thing. Ready? The inside of the eyes, if you draw a line down, that's how wide the nose is. I'm serious right now. So cool. All right, people. Let's do this. Let's draw a face. Get a piece of paper, and you know what? I want you to say, no pressure paper. This is our no pressure paper. If it ends up being a mess, there's a lot of lines that we're going to draw that we're going to want to erase. So your number one challenge today is not drawing a face. It's not pressing too hard. Mavis LaFawn, I'm calling you out. Nice and light with your pencil. So let's just do a little bit of this action on the corner of our paper somewhere. I'm just going to do a little bit of that. Get this, this is not going to work. This is going to make you cry during art time. So nice and light. As a matter of fact, if you have one of these retractable pencil leads, that's great because it's going to snap if you're pressing too hard. This is not the shape of a actual face. It's a fun cartoon shape, but not an actual face. So what we want to do is, some people say oval. I think that you are capable of doing the actual face shape, which is, watch how I do this first. Oh, could my head be any bigger? There we go. I'm going to draw Can you even see it there? Yeah. I'm going to draw a light circle. I go around and around and around a few times, and now watch. Zoop. I'm dipping down to draw an egg, because if I'm just trying to draw an egg like that, well, it's not bad, Bridget, but usually it's going to be kind of wonky. So try that. Try to draw a circle and then bring it down at the bottom, and you'll have a nice egg. Does this need to be perfect? Nope. Am I going to outline this nice and hard when I got the, nope, because I might end up erasing this later. But I just need to get kind of ish. This is all about ish. The award-winning book by Peter Reynolds. We're just going to get the egg-ish and then move on. If this is distracting you from your circle, let's erase it. That's cool. Do I have a comment? Oh, we have a new viewer. Welcome, Elena. Very nice to have you. I'm so glad that you're going to try this out. Oh my gosh, our posse from Colorado is here, including Mom. She's going to give this a shot. I love it. Flora, what is it? She's chomping at the bit to fly her freak flag. We're going to come back to it, okay, y'all? Because I just wanted to get you sketching for a minute while I figured out my technical situation. You guys are sharp as tacks. All right. Sketchy, sketchy, a line at the top and a line at the chin. Got it? Before we go flipping our paper around, it's important to have this one right down the middle. Can you see how I'm doing a sketchy line? Because I'm gonna delete this. I'm going to erase this later. Boop. How do we find the middle? For some people, you got no problem doing it this way. For some people, they need to turn their paper and do it this way. Whatever, don't matter. Does it have to be exact? Nope, because human faces are not exact. So we got the top and the bottom so that we could find the middle. Do you remember what goes in the middle that we used to think was floating around up here? What goes in the middle? Vivian, I can see you on my screen. Do you remember what goes in the middle? You can point at your face. Yes, ma'am, she got it. All right, so eyeballs. Eyes are almonds. I'm going to do it super light because I'm probably going to do it wrong. I can tell you right now. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. These are too far apart. I'm going to keep wiggling them. What am I doing? Can you see this weird shape I'm doing? 1, 2, 3. Guess what? I have a new crazy rule for you about faces. Where's this dude? Hey, dude. This is how big his eye is from here to here. His eyes are the same size. Good for him. Guess how you know how far apart the eyes are? Because it's one eye apart. What? It's true. You can look at yourself and you can even measure it with your pencil and move it over. It's real. That's real. Some people, if you're like, oh, that person's very interesting looking, it might be that their eyes are a little bit further apart or closer than that. But that's why I do a 3 boops, 3 hills. This is the same size, this is the same size, this is the same size. And now I can erase this silly thing here. Guess what? These might be too big or too small. Who cares? Let's move on, okay? We can fix it later. What is halfway between this and this? If you think you can eyeball it from here, do it. If you need to turn your paper, you can do that too. Okay. Right here. Do you remember what goes here? Let's look at our dude. He gets no rest. Speaking of rest, his nose is resting on this line. It's like this. The middle line between the eyes and the chin is your cute little nose resting on a pencil. So let's do that. Listen, I mean, look, this is all I'm drawing for a nose. It's a little boop. You know I'm all about the boops. That's it. Don't go triangle beak situation on this. We'll come back to it, but right now we just need a little boop action. Next line, what's halfway between this one and this one? If you can eyeball it from here, you can sketch it real light, or if you need to turn your paper, whatever works for you, right? So really light. And what goes on this one, this is different. It depends on who you're drawing. But just for simplicity's sake, let's have your bottom lip resting on this line. And that was the case with this, with Joe Smiley here. Even though he's smiling, his bottom lip is there. So let's just do another boop. Don't go crazy with a clown face smile or lipstick here. That's it, just a little line. Now this is the part that's really cool. I'm gonna try to get closer to this one. This is kind of my favorite part because it's the most surprising to people. So you have nose boop. We're gonna do 2 mini boops in between here. Ready? I'm making the same little curve. One here and one here. It looks like nonsense. I know it does. Here, I can move this up. But you have nose boop and then the bottom of the mouth. I want you to just take my word for it and do 2 of the same curve. You've got curve, curve, curve. Ready? This is crazy and very satisfying. I'm going to the middle boop. So one line over the bottom lip. Watch what I'm going to do here. Up and down, up and down. Oh my gosh, it looks like a mouth. Zoom in. It's kind of a little seagull shape. So I went from this line, I went to the next boop up, and I traced it and I made a wiggle. So it wiggled up and down on either side. Now, some of you might still be looking at this going, what kind of mouth is that? Well, if this were a female wearing lots of lipstick mouth, like some lady that I know, then I would trace this out. I don't want to make this look super silly and weird. So just going to do a little bit. I'm going to make this person smiling a little bit. You see it? This line right here that I'm not going to go crazy on is called, it's right here where you can rest your finger. It's called a philtrum. It's such a nice little spot. And some people's philtrum is higher. Where's this girl? Yeah, little girl. She has the cutest little nose ever. I don't know. I ditched her, or she was too cute. I had to get out of here. This little line, it's so teensy tiny, is so important. It's the top of the mouth. But watch what happens as soon as I get a little silly and I go, ruh, I had to attach it because this is a mouth. Come on. If I'm doing a lot of lipstick, sure, but what if you're trying to draw a guy who's not wearing lipstick? Oh, thank you. So I'm going to erase that if you don't mind. Even if you do, I think it's kind of silly looking. So, okay. So did that help already? I mean, is this looking more realistic? Now, maybe these lines here are distracting you. Let's get rid of them. Hopefully you sketched them super duper light. So let's see how we do when they're gone. Yeah, check that out. Better? Now, Miss Bridget, that nose is not enough of a nose. I'm not satisfied. Fine, here's what we can do without going crazy. Watch. Boop. And a little curve going the other way. Boop. And a little curve going the other way. That's all I'm doing. I'm not gonna add more to this nose. If you want to, that's a nostril. If you need to darken it a little bit, that's okay. And this is very different on everybody. Some people have sort of a pointier nose. Some people comes down here a little bit more. That's when you really need to look at your source material or your model. For now, I'm just going to put that back there, okay? This is looking pretty good. I think my head is a little bit wide. Can I tell you another secret? This is really weird. So you have the size of your eye, and then the size of your eye, the size of your eye. Between the corners of your eye and the side of your face, half an eye. It's real. So this is what I'm talking about. I had boop, boop, boop. Half a boop. Nope, it's too big. Half a boop. Oh my gosh. What is with this Jenny Fathead? So I'm going to have to bring that in a little bit. If you lost me, if I lost you, you don't know what I'm talking about, just ignore me. It's fine. But if your head was looking a little bit silly and you thought, nope, this is not working, it might be that you just need to change the shape or the size of the head outline. Oh my gosh, this just got so much better. Cool. Kind of a zombie, because there's no eye shapes in there, but let's just do eyebrows really quick. Listen, here's bad eyebrow that you would have drawn yesterday. I guess something like that, maybe. I don't know. Some ladies actually that shaved off their eyebrows or something draw that on. Let's not go for the freak show version. Let's try to be a little realistic. So here's the inside corner of the eye. If you follow this up, 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 the eyebrow starts right here. And it goes up, 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 up. It's following the curve of the eyelid here. Up, 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 up. And then just after the middle of the eye, you got to go past the middle of the eye, it'll come back down. Up, 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 up. Down, down, down. And then you just have to fix it so it doesn't look weird. This looks a little bit extreme to me, but I'm just going to leave it until I have the rest of the eye drawn in, because the whole picture is freaky right now because of the eyebrow, or because of the eyeball. Okay. Is this snout line messing you up? Oh. Let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, man. Don't get all aggravated if your drawing doesn't look like mine. I've only been drawing this for 65 years. Eyes, we can do a different workshop on the eyes, okay? But let's just real quick. First, it's gonna look crazy for a second. I'm gonna draw a circle that touches the top and the bottom. In the other eye, I'm gonna draw a circle that touches the top and the bottom. It still looks a little bit freaky, and I'm going to tell you why. The only time you can see the top and the bottom of the iris is when someone's freaking out. They're like, and their eyelids pull way up, and that looks freaky. Because when we're relaxed, our eyelids are covering up the top of the iris. Did you ever notice that? Did you? So let's let this lady relax a little bit. I'm just going to close the almond a little bit. Oh my gosh, what a difference. Let's do it here. Just make the almond a little bit flatter. Yeah, so much better. Ah, she's relaxed now. Hold that up for you. I'm sorry that my normal hand cam is dysfunctional today, so we're just using the phone. Still a little bit weird though, because we just have an empty iris. So let's fill it in. Pupils. Here's another little fun fact for you. If you have a drawing of a person that looks scary this way, you fix it and they still look scary, it might be because the black of the eye, the pupil, is too small. And when people's eyes, when their pupils are too small, something's not right with them. If you draw Japanese cartoon style, the pupils are huge, right? They're super silly because they're trying to make everybody look a little bit like babies and super friendly and innocent. And actually, sometimes if you look at pictures of models in a magazine, they've done something with the light or they've airbrushed to make the pupils bigger. That weird? It's so weird. So let's fix our drawing. We're going to put pupils in here. A perfect circle. Pupils have to be perfect circles, so try your very best, okay? And you want them to be the same size. So I just drew a circle in my circle. And then I'm going to color it in. That's the pupil. Some of y'all are so into the shine that you're going to leave a little white spot on the pupil. That's fine. I'm not going to do it. I'm not as into it as you are, okay? This is not a very detailed drawing. It's so tiny, so I'm just going to leave it. Now, this is what it would look like if you had a white iris, but most of you have blue eyes or brown eyes or green eyes. So this is where you would put some lines that go, so many of you already know this, from the pupil to the outside of that circle. Don't go crazy and make little dream catcher eyeballs in there. Don't do that. It's just little sketchy little lines. And I think this looks pretty good, except where is your hair, love? And where are your ears? Those are the last things we need to know. Here's another weird fun fact that you don't think. So everybody thinks your ears are little itty bitty things that come off the side of your head. Your ears, I'm turning my head in a weird way. Your ears actually go from somewhere around your eye to the bottom of your nose. Let's look on the drawing here. I bet some of you are nodding because we've done this before, but watch right here, the eye, all the way down here, the bottom of the nose. For kids, it's really very small. You can hardly see it. I'm going to go actually over the eye a little bit. Isn't that crazy? But it's true. I'm going to go up over the eye a little bit. You really can't see it, like I said. If you're a kid, it's smaller. It's true. If you're an old guy, listen, old guys' ears keep growing. So the top of the ear doesn't grow much, but if you ever look at like your grandpa's ear, his earlobe is straight up like headed for his neck. Just full of facial trivia here, proportion trivia. All right, cool. Hairline, not up here. Look at that. Yeah, man, that's a style. Okay. The hair, let me show you. Let me show you here. Top of my head, chin, middle of my head. My hairline it's not halfway, it's a little bit over halfway. So is yours. I can see Vivian at the bottom of my screen, and I see the top of her head, her eyes, and her hairline starts about the same spot. So this is the last thing we're going to do before we check in with you, Vivian. And hopefully your sound works on that. That's my one concern. If it doesn't, I'm going to have you just join me in here. I clearly lost my focus and drew some really dumb looking hair. That's all right. She's got like a dude mohawk happening. Oh gosh. Isn't she lovely? How about a neck? Wah, wah. Holy football player. Don't do it, people. This is why we're using pencil. You can take a guess and move it, or you can just remember somewhere around where the eye ends here. It's just inside of that. And some people do have really fat necks or skinny necks. Hey, everybody. How'd you do? Are you still erasing and fixing everything? That is fine. Work it out. Change it. Maybe you have somebody at your house that you're drawing and you need to make some more adjustments. Maybe you drew somebody that looks like a person, but you just don't like it. You can fix that too. If you want to be drawing a boy, this might be a little bit wider down here. Not much. If it's a man and it's looking too feminine, you can really make the jawline wider. Look at what a difference that makes. Especially if I take the lipstick and this nonsense off of here. Yeah. Yeah. A little bit of a goatee here. Some beefier eyebrows. Maybe even a unibrow. Boom. This dude's hot. God. All right, Vivian, can we try? Can we see if there is sound? Try to say hello to me. And if not, I'm going to have you join me.
Hi.
It works. Hi, Vivian. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So do you just want to like say hello to everybody, introduce yourself?
Okay. Hi. I don't know who everybody is, but my name is Vivian. I do bridge with Bridget, and I've known Bridget. Bridget's known me for a long time, and she also knows my dad.
Yep.
And I'm really happy to be here today.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And you're not the first person who is a bridge artist that's been on the show, right? We also had Leona and
Savannah, did she come?
Savannah did, and Theo as well.
Yes.
So the Bridge After School Art Club is just for sixth graders, and they come to Waterfall Arts for free every week. And we only have like 2 more sessions before the end of the year. So I'm so glad that I get to introduce you and your artwork.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a couple of pieces of artwork of Vivian's that I'm going to pull up, and maybe you could just say a couple words about them.
Okay.
And everybody who's watching, as usual, I would love for you to just give a comment, some encouraging words, or a question that you might have on your mind for our artist Vivian. So, picture number 1. It's funny how it pops up between us.
Yeah. So, okay, this is a horse skeleton that I drew. Like in, I think, the beginning of 2021, and I did use a reference, and I did a first one, but then I redid it to this, so yes.
Great.
Okay, this was, since we have fruit on our table, this was a avocado, and I believe it was either an apple or a tomato that I just felt like drawing.
So this is drawing from real life, whereas the other reference that you used for this one, was this in a book, or did you actually have a dead horse?
No. This was on a book.
Okay. Just checking on that. And who's this lovely lady?
This is Medusa, and I got inspired by this from the Percy Jackson series. I don't know if any of you guys have read that, but it's a really good series. I recommend it. Then after you read the Percy Jackson series, you should read the Olympian series.
I love the book recommendations.
So, yeah. There's also movies. Well, I don't know if there's Olympian movies, but there are Percy Jackson movies.
All right. That sounds good. And what about this one?
Okay, this is a bat skeleton. I tried to make it realistic by showing the wing shading, and I used a National Geographic book I own, and
The details on that are really awesome. And all of these are from a sketchbook, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I have one more thing to show. If you could tell everybody about this one.
Okay, so we were making, Bridget, what were they called?
Nichos.
Nichos. And so I wanted to do Frida Kahlo because she's one of my favorite artists because she's very inspiring. And I really like her work. And I felt like doing her because I think she's cool and
Yeah.
inspiring.
Yeah. And we have a comment here. Awesome job. Somebody's out there really loving your work. So I'm so glad you're letting us share it here. I wanted to I just wanted to show everybody a little something. I'm going to take my earplugs out and grab it. Okay. Do you have a guess about what I'm about to show?
I know what it is.
Because this is important for, for my friends out there that are, struggling artists. I thought that this was really important to share. I'd love to get this comment moved over. Oh, look, my friend Gabby, also a big fan of Frida Kahlo. I think we studied Frida Kahlo when I was an art teacher at Corner Spring. Is this going to be backwards?
Oh, yes, this.
Oh, no, it isn't. All right, would you read what this says, please?
Okay, so this is a quote that says, "Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear." And it's a quote that last year in 5th grade we did a project on. We picked a quote and we wrote about it. So I chose this quote and it's kind of stuck with me.
Yeah.
And I really like it.
Vivian, where did I find this?
You found it on the table. Right? Wait.
This was in the trash.
Oh, yeah. Oh, oh, yeah.
Vivian, talk about frustration, right? How did something this awesome end up in the garbage can?
Okay, so I felt like I messed up on the heart, and then I felt like it just didn't really look like I wanted it to.
Yeah. How are you feeling about it now that it's been a little while?
I may keep it.
Yeah, you might keep it. I am going to encourage you to keep it. I've had that out on the table. I took it out of the trash. I had it on the table, and every person that's been in this room has said, "What is this? Who's working on this?" And I said, this is a great example of when our feelings get the best of us, right? You had a vision and something, we can't tell what the vision was. We can't tell what went wrong, but for the artist, it's just like this moment of frustration and you're like, "Gah!" And everybody needs somebody in their studio to say, "Nope, let's just put it over here for later." And then we'll use, one of those quotes that you guys were giving us in weeks in the past about, everybody loves to quote Bob Ross about happy accidents, but everybody had a different strategy for what to do when you get to that moment. So I remember you filmed actually Savannah, right?
Yeah.
When she worked through that mistake of dripping the watercolor paint all over her flowers.
Yeah.
And she had a moment of like, no, and then she just went for it and she dripped paint all over it, right?
Yeah.
And then Leona had her color wheel that she hated. And also, I will say she did throw that in the garbage and I took it out and I was like, how can you work with this? And she fixed it by doing outline. So stay tuned, everybody. Hopefully Vivian is going to come back around to this and I will post it on our Instagram page so everybody can see. We have another comment here. Chris McGee. I love that quote. Great artwork too. Great work, Vivian.
Thank you, Chris.
Very good. Thank you. I know that my friend Mavis is really into science and science books. And she was asking what you used again for the reference of those skeleton drawings. Can you tell us again about
Yes. Okay, so for the bat, I used a National Geographic book called Animals. I don't know if you can buy it anymore because I think it's a little older, but it has a green cover, and so yeah. And the horse skeleton is from the series Eyewitness. They make all types of
I love
books.
those books.
And,
Yeah.
yeah, it's the horse one.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah, those books are great. I had those when I was growing up too. Anything, do you have any other words? I mean, you've really inspired us with that fear quote. But anything else that you can share with, we have some younger artists that are with us today, and some older artists out there that are also inspired by what we're doing here. But if you have any advice for us?
Yes. Okay. When you mess up, don't throw it in the trash like I did. You might change your mind about it, and try new things with art.
Yeah.
Don't, because it's good to like try new things and not like just use the same things.
Yep.
And do not give up. Persist.
Persist. That's right. That's one of the studio habits of mine that we're doing every single week here and every time that we do artwork. So I love that. Thank you so much for that advice.
And wear protection if you need it.
That's right. Protective gear.
And clean up your mess.
Vivian, just take over my job. Just do my job, because and clean your paintbrush as well.
Yeah.
Let's just throw that in there.
Just don't use glitter. Just don't. It gets very messy.
There's other ways to get your sparkle on.
Yeah.
You got your rhinestones, you got your glitter glue, but just, yeah, I'm in agreement with you there, Vivian. Thank you so much. I'll let you go. I know this has been nerve-wracking for you, so I'm going to take you off the screen. But stick around and play. Right before we go, we're going to play a round of What Is It, okay?
Okay. Bye.
All right. Bye. All right. Thank you so much, Vivian, and thanks for everybody for your nice comments. That's really nice and less awkward for our guests when you have a little something to say. Can we play a quick round of What Is It? If you've never been with us before, friends, and I'm so excited some of you are here for the first time, this is where we look at a random object and we use our imaginations and we flex our creativity muscles to say with confidence what the item is, but it can't be what the item really is. It sounds a little weird, but you're going to see what I mean when my friends start making comments. So here's today's object. It's itty bitty. I'll turn it around. What is it? I'll do what the YouTubers do. Ready? You're like, I spent $25 on this concealer by Max. Anyway, here it is. Some of you know exactly what this really is, and some of you are about to blow my mind with your creative powers. So in the comments, while you're thinking up your answer and typing it in, I'm going to promote two things that I have coming up. One is it this coming Saturday? No, next Saturday, I have a paint party here at Waterfall Arts. Everybody is invited, so check out waterfallarts.org if you want to join. It's going to be so fun. It's exactly what it sounds like. A bunch of paint, some music, and we're just going to have an awesome morning. The other thing is I want you to get this in your schedule if you're local. The week that school ends, that the public schools end, that Saturday, having a big party down at Steamboat Landing called Funny Haha. Some of you have been to this event when we had it in the basement here at Waterfall Arts a couple times. It's so funny, especially if you have a little brother or sister and they try to be funny and tell a joke and they fail because they're little and they can't remember what they were doing. And it's so much funnier than your dad's jokes, which are just cheesy and cringy to listen to. We're going to have both things. We're going to have kids coming up on stage and delivering their best joke at a like open mic type of situation. Everybody is welcome to come up and tell a joke. And then we're going to put our dads on the spot because there's a special je ne sais quoi about humor that's created by men who have children. I don't know why it happens, but it happens. And we're going to give them a chance to tell their dumb jokes. We may or may not have some whipped cream pies that may or may not go in their faces. That's something that the Bridge kids are cooking up. So that is the afternoon of June 12th. I hope to see you there. You don't have to RSVP or anything. Just look it up on the internet. Write it on your hand so you don't forget. And we have a couple of answers. I'm so glad. Well, first of all, oh no, did I lose? No. Vivian's chiming in. She's not on the regular comments. She's in the private chat, and she has two. One is, it is a hat for a cone head. Vivian, I'm glad you brought up the cone heads, because not everybody is familiar with the cone heads. You got to Google that, children. Or a prosthetic leg for a bug, which is so kind of you to be thinking of how to assist insects who have been injured. Comments, boom, Ian, just in from Colorado. It's a portal generator. Who's going to argue with that? With confidence, too. So I never argue with Ian's answers because they're usually technical and a little bit over my head, and I'm just going to go with it. Morgan, also from the Colorado. It's a cup that all you have to do is think about the drink you want, and it fills up. It's not going to fill me up, but the cup's going to fill up. A little Shirley Temple action in there. I like that. I love a cold beverage. Christopher McGee, it's a funnel for harvesting honeysuckle nectar. Some people love that answer. Some people are rolling their eyes, but that's probably exactly what it is. It keeps stopping. Flora, I don't know what keeps stopping. Keep trying. I don't know what to say. Gabby, with the story time, everybody's always got to get comfortable when you see that Gabby's got an answer. So just relax, put up your feet. I'm going to read this to you. So a long, long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, the Olympics gave out trophies instead of trophies. This is a mind bender, Gabby. And a person got one, and a couple of years later decided to start a YouTube channel where they destroy stuff. And they drove over the trophy, and all the gold coating came off. And this is what was under the coating. It sounds like they were giving out fake trophies. Is that what you're saying? Counterfeit trophies, and you scratch off the gold. This is all it is, people. This is what you won. So that'll teach you to value the prize more than the process. That was very satisfying for me. I don't have an answer. So that, oh my gosh, Mavis, I almost forgot this. A rain hat for a fairy. So sweet. The nose of a miniature rocket, an itty bitty little baby rocket. Oh my gosh, I almost missed all these. A whistle for a cow whistle, if you will. Joan, that's a great one. Do do do, moo moo moo. Love it. My goodness gracious, I love you guys. That was so great. Thank you. Oh, Gabby has a correction. I meant trophies instead of medals, right? Because Olympics, they don't do trophies. I didn't catch that. Fine. Folks, next Tuesday, we are doing magazine mosaics, little cut and paste, stress-free, a good time. I don't know who our guest is. Would you like to be my guest? If you would, why don't you just go ahead and email me and tell me that you'd love to be my guest. And all you need is to be able to get on the internet and you could even do it from a phone, right? Super easy and lots of fun. So let me know. Listen, if you are watching on YouTube, even if you're not, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. I'll even do this. Like and subscribe. Because we can't have our videos on our website until we have 100 subscribers, which is kind of rude, but them's the rules. So that's what we're talking about. I would love to see your face drawings. I'd love to see a before and after, how you used to draw a face and how it looks with your new skills. So you can do that a bunch of ways. You can send it to me by email, or you could share your work at Waterfall Bridge on Instagram. You can direct message me. You can hashtag it Art Time Live. Just do it. However you do it, just do it. Okay. Thanks so much, everybody. I can't wait to see you again. And make sure to look up the paint party because I really want you to be there. Thank you, Vivian, for being our guest today. Have a great and creative week.